Okay, gents, if we'd like to finish off and clear the pool, then we can get this afternoon's session underway. Just while we just clear the pool, we'd like to welcome everybody this afternoon on the World Wide Web, and welcome everybody to the Manchester Aquatic Centre here on day one, session 2 of the Swim England Northwest Regional Winter Championships for 2018. These championships can only take place with the freely given time and effort of our volunteers. The organisers would like to thank them for their hard work before, during and after the swimming, ensuring that the events are as trouble-free as possible. Thanks is also given to the management and staff of the Manchester Aquatic Centre for their cooperation and support. The centre is a no-smoking venue and includes the use of electronic cigarettes. And to protect the environment, we ask that all rubbish be placed in the litter bins provided, whether on poolside or in the spectators' gallery. For the safety and comfort, you are advised not to leave any property unattended, as the centre staff will remove anything left unattended. In the interest of fair play, we ask that you switch off or set to silent any mobile phones or pagers. If one should actuate or sound at the start of the race, it may jeopardise a competitor's position. We also ask for silence and no flash photography once the swimmers have been called to their blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto poolside your team of technical officials. Our officials for this afternoon, the referees are Mr. Bob Thompson and Mrs. Christine Cowley. And our starter for this afternoon is Mrs. Judith Dutton. Officials, would you like to take your seats? And the competition will start in a few moments' time. Our first event for this afternoon is event 201, the Women's Open 200 metres individual medley. There are 4 heats, and as we do, always start with heat number 1. So as we get this first heat underway, in lane 3 we've got Samantha Lewis from Satellite. Lane 4 is Coral Farrell from Warrington Warriors. 5 is Georgia Sheffield from the city of Salford. And in lane 6, Rachel Partington from the city of Manchester. This fly leg is Georgia Sheffield. Who has a slight lead over Coral Farrell. Staying in touch with Georgia. She came off the wall. Good turn off the wall. As we come down to switch it onto the breaststroke leg. These two away in front of Samantha and Rachel. They're coming down to change over onto their respective breaststroke legs. But it's still Georgia. Very good turn off the wall by Coral. It's brought her right back into contention with Georgia. As they come down onto the freestyle leg, it's virtually together. Down to that turn. Another great turn off the wall by Coral. It looks as though Georgia's going to manage to hang on for the win. And it's Georgia Sheffield from Coral Farrell. As it's coming down into the finish is Samantha Lewis. And she finishes now 3:31, which is a 2-second PB, thereabouts. With Rachel just coming in to the last 5 metres, just going to touch. Well done, swimmers. As we wait for the confirmation of that result. Can we have the swimmers for event 202, the men's open 50 freestyle, go through to marshalling, please. So if we could have the competitors for the men's 50 freestyle to go through to marshalling, that would be very much appreciated. We're just waiting for the confirmation of the result. We're ready for heat number 2.
In this heat, in lane 1 we have Jess Procas from Carlisle Aquatics. Lane 2, Rachel Hornby from Wigan Best. In lane 3, Lucy Fairbanks from City of Manchester. In lane 4, Anna Doughty from Bolton Metro. In lane 5, Megan Lever from Pioneer 79. In lane 6, Hannah Sheehan from Wigan Best. In lane 7, Anna Dutton from Leyland Barracudas. And in lane 8, Katie Rawnsley from Prescott. So looking very tight on this backstroke. 3 or 4 coming to the turn together. Good turns off the wall there from lane 3, Lucy. They're all turning into the breaststroke leg now. Lucy's just maintaining her lead. Meter or so. Lucy coming into turn for the freestyle. And 4 in a line for second place. Very tight. Lucy's maintaining the lead, but they're all catching. Could be very tight for second place. As they approach the flags with 5 meters to go. Lucy seems to have got it. Megan Lever and Rachel Hornby in 3rd place. We'll wait for confirmation. We'll move on to heat number 3 of event 201.
So in this heat 3, in lane 1, we've got Abby Winstanley from Cockermouth. Lane 2 is Lucy Canavan from Aquabears. 3, Emily Lawrence from Preston. Lane 4 is Olivia Clare, City of Manchester. Erin Hoyland, her teammate. In lane 5, Elizabeth Wafer from Preston. In lane 6, Alexander Stringer from City of Manchester in 7. Rebecca Jones from Kendal down here in lane number 8. After the fly leg, it's Alexander Stringer that looks as though she's managed to get herself maybe a half a body length lead over Lucy Canavan. And even Emily Lawrence and Olivia Clare. As we come down to the halfway turn on the breaststroke leg, it's always the breaststroke that sorts everybody out. You can have a tremendous lead from the fly in the backstroke, but as soon as we get onto the breaststroke, it can all change. And as has proved with Olivia, has come straight through and has probably got about a metre or 2 metres lead over Alexander and Emily Lawrence. Into the final turn. It's Olivia Clare from Alexander Stringer and Emily Lawrence. She's extended that lead to over 7 metres. She comes in first, 2:21.33 from Emily Lawrence and Alexander Stringer. We just wait for confirmation of the results. And there we have it, as we move on to our final heat, heat number 4.
In lane 1 we have Emily Conway from City of Manchester. Lane 2, Lois Keys from City of Liverpool. Lane 3, Mattia J. Oliver from Wigan Best. Lane 4, Chloe Golding from City of Manchester. Lane 5, Jessica McDonough from City of Liverpool. Lane 6, Jennifer Green from Wigan Best. Lane 7, Meadow Dronsfield from City of Manchester. And in lane 8, Sophie Huggan from Cottermouth. And with a nice healthy lead, we have Chloe turning very nicely. Really healthy lead now in the backstroke. Very tight for second place with 3 swimmers. As we turn into the breaststroke leg. Possibly 5 metres clear now. And we've got 3 in a line. Jennifer has pulled clear of the other 2 for the second place and has caught up slightly. We now turn into the freestyle leg. Coming to the final turn. Well clear. First and second places seem tied up at the moment. I'm third. First place goes to Chloe, second place to Jennifer, and third place Mattie J. Wait for confirmation of the result. We'll now move on. That's the end of that event. We'll move on to now to the gents open 50 metres freestyle, heat 1.
And then we have confirmation of the results as we move on to our next event, event 202, which is the men's open 50 metres freestyle. There are 6 heats. Heat number 1. This first heat. Lane 3, we've got Jacob Chambers, City of Manchester. Ryan Potter from Blackpool Aquatics in lane 4, and Ethan Naisbitt from Pioneer 79 in 5. Coming down underneath the flags, it is Ryan Potter. (29.72). Very, very good swim by Ryan. And wait for confirmation. And there we have it as we move on to heat number 2.
We now move on to heat 3. In lane 1 we have Tyler Melbourne-Smith, lane 2 from Warrington Warriors. In lane 2, Rowan Greening from Cockermouth. Lane 3, Oliver Taylor from City of Manchester. In lane 4, Matthew Rooney of Everton. Lane 5, Thomas Dugdale of Carnforth. Lane 6, Dakota Ravatelli, Burnley Bobcats. Lane 7, Benjamin Makin, Pioneer 79, and William Fidalgo Hull in Cockermouth. Just waiting for confirmation of the result. And there we have it. So we now move on to heat 4.
Okay, we have a quick announcement to make that the disqualification that was shown on the board in event 201 heat 4 should have read disqualification in lane 5 and not lane 6. So the disqualification that was shown on the board for lane 6 does not stand. Lane 6 has been reinstated, and the disqualification is for heat 4, lane 5 in event 201. Okay, heat 5. Matthew Crabtree from Carnforth in 1, Jay Cushion from Winsford in 2, Joseph Akick from Bolton Metro in 3, Robert Crowley from City of Manchester in 4, Neil Wiley from City of Manchester in 5, Nathan Holmes from Preston in 6, Adam Akick from Bolton Metro in 7, Daniel Kinsella from Warrington Warriors in lane number 8. It looks as though it was Neil Wiley, 23.30, from Robert Cowley, 23.84. And that's confirmed as a result as we move on to our final heat, heat 6.
In lane 1 we have John Bruder from City of Liverpool. In lane 2, Tyrese Smith from City of Liverpool. And lane 3, Kieran Hennessy from City of Liverpool. In lane 4, Joshua Thompson from Carnforth. Lane 5, Jake Cleppison from City of Manchester. In lane 6, Zach Fielding from Crew Flyers. Lane 7, Daniel Holmes, Preston. And lane 8, Alexander Tuzio from Trafford Metro. Waiting for confirmation of the results. Yeah, in
we have a disqualification in that last heat. So event 202, heat 6, lane 7 was disqualified. Event 202, heat 6, lane 7 was disqualified. That completes event 202. As we move on to our next event, event 203, which is the women's open 50 metres backstroke. There are 4 heats. Heat 1. So as we get this heat 1 underway, we have some finalists to announce from the women's 200 metres individual medley. 16 years and underage group: Lucy Canavan, Aqua Bears; Lois Keys, City of Liverpool; Rachel Hornby, Wigan Best; Jennifer Green, Wigan Best; Olivia Clare, City of Manchester; Jess Procas, Carlisle Aquatics; Meadow Dronsfield, City of Manchester; Emily Conway, City of Manchester, with reserve finalists of Anna Dutton, Layla Barracudas and Erin Hoyland for the City of Manchester. And they're the finalists for the 16 years and underage group of the women's 200 metres individual medley. And we just wait for the confirmation of the result. There we have it, Livy Manning, City of Liverpool, as we move on to heat number 2. We have the finalists for the 17 years and over age group. We've got Alexander Stringer from City of Manchester, Anna Dougherty, Bolton Metro, Megan Lever, Pioneer 79, Chloe Golding, City of Manchester, Lucy Fairbanks, City of Manchester, Matty J. Oliver, Wigan Best, Emily Lawrence, Preston, Hannah Sheehan, Wigan Best, and reserve finalists are Coral Farrell from Warrington Warriors and Samantha Lewis from Satellite. Head coaches, team managers, you have 15 minutes in which to withdraw any of your swimmers from either of the finals. We have confirmation of the result for Heat 2, Chiara Tomasello, 29.16, as we move on to Heat 3.
In lane 1 we have Amarai Hock from Aquabears, lane 2 Alexandra Livingstone from Carnforth, lane 3 Georgiana Bott from Wigan Best, lane 4 is Lara Gruter from City of Manchester, lane 5 Nicola Capstick from Ulverston, lane 6 Emma Jones from City of Salford, lane 7 Emily Lawrence from Preston, and lane 8 Meadow Dronsfield from City of Manchester. It looks like Lara pipped that. We'll wait for confirmation. And there we have the confirmation of that event. So we move now on to event at Heat 4.
This our final heat for the women's 50 backstroke. In lane 1 we've got Abby Winstanley from Cockermouth, Lauren Bradley Holt from City of Salford in 2, Georgia Ashton, Bolton Metro, 3 Chloe Golding from City of Manchester in 4, Jessica McDonough, Liverpool in 5, Elizabeth Woodcock, Preston in 6, Elizabeth Wafer from Preston in 7, and Simone Elson The pioneer in lane number 8. But it's Chloe Golding, 28.32 from Jessica McDonough. Just wait for the confirmation of that result. And that brings us to the end of our women's 50 metres backstroke as we move on to 204, which is the women's open 100 metres backstroke. There are 6 heats. Now there we have the confirmation of that result. Chloe Golding, 28.32. We move on to heat 1.
The finalists for the men's open 50 metres freestyle in the 16 and under age group, we have Matthew Crabtree from Carnforth, Jay Cushion from Winsford, Thomas Dugdale from Carnforth, Alex Thompson from City of Liverpool, Nathan Holmes from Preston, Frankie Docking Smith from City of Chester, Tyrese Smith, City of Liverpool, and Luke Hoey from City of Salford. Reserves are Zach Smith-Shelley from Burnley Bobcats and Rowan Greening from Cockermouth. And in the 17 and over, we have Elliot Pickford from City of Manchester, Jake Clappison from City of Manchester, Neil Wiley from City of Manchester, Sam Horrocks from City of Manchester, Adam Frost from Satellite, Frank Cowley, City of Manchester, Zach Fielding from Crew Flyers, and Joseph Akick from Bolton Metro. The reserve swimmer is Kieran Hennessy from City of Liverpool. There's the confirmation of the result of that heat, so we move on to heat 2.
Can we ask for quiet, please, especially in the warm-up pool while the events are going on? Apologies, starter. Heat number 2. So in lane 2, we have Matthew Rooney from Everton, Ben Porter from Leyland Barracudas in 3, Bailey Boyd Ost from Aquavers in lane 4, Christian Allen, City of Liverpool in 5, Ben Jenkinson from Cockermouth in 6, and Elliot Woodburn from Kendal in lane number 7. And it looks like Christian Allen Has probably just got about half a body length lead. Down this final 25, he looks as though he's stretching that out to a body length. He's going to come in first. It's going to be very, very close between Bailey Boyd-Hurst and Ben Porter. As we wait for confirmation of the results. And there we have it as we move on to heat number 3.
In lane 1 we have Alex Campbell from City of Manchester. Lane 2, Luke Adams from City of Salford. In lane 3, Alex Thompson from City of Liverpool. In lane 4, Zach Smith-Shelley from Burnley Bobcats. In lane 5, Christopher Stay Hayden Callan from Garston. Lane 6, James Hanford from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 7, William Fidalgo Hull from Cockermouth, and lane 8, Harry Robinson from Pioneer 79. Looks like lane 2 is taking this out, Luke. And he turns first. And it's in second place is William at the turn. It's between these two, I think, for the... and lane 7 is coming up quickly too. Lane 7 finishes in second place. We'll just wait for confirmation of the result. And there you have it. And we move on to heat number 4.
First 25, Neil Wiley from Aaron Bostock in lane 4, Pioneer 79. That's Alex Watkinson from Warrington Warriors. It's gone storming away. He's going to come in at least 4 metres in front of Aaron Bostock. And Neil Wiley. And there we have the confirmation of the results as we move on to heat number 5.
In this heat, in lane 1, we have Kyle McKenna from Leyland Barracudas. In lane 2, Samuel Taylor from City of Manchester. In lane 3, Declan Hall from Wigan Best. In lane 4, Billy Dewhurst from Preston. In lane 5, James Cross from Wigan Best. Lane 6, Rowan Greening from Cockermouth. In lane 7, Ethan Jones from Winsford. And in lane 8, Nathan Holmes from Preston. And it's very close between in the middle lanes. Billy Dewhurst seems to have turned first at that final turn. All good on underwater phases. And this is very close. Coming in to the final finish, very close finish. Billy seems to have got that from James. Just waiting for confirmation. And there you have the confirmation. We now move on to heat number 6.
And so in this final heat of this men's 100 backstroke, lane 1, we have Adam Jones from the City of Manchester. Lane 2, Oliver Hall from Warrington Warriors. Daniel Clark from Prescott. In 3, Sam Horrocks from the City of Manchester. In 4, Thomas Gilroy from Pioneer 79 is in 5. 6, Anthony Wood from Blackpool Aquatics. Ellis Cleworth, City of Liverpool, in lane 7, and Jay Cushion from Winsford is down here in lane number 8. But it's Sam Horrocks.
Sam Horrocks seems to have pulled away, but it's very tight for the second place. Second place went to Thomas and Daniel in 3rd place, but we'll wait for confirmation. And there's your confirmation. We now move on to event 205, the Women's Open 200 metres freestyle. There are 5 heats, so heat number 1.
We have the finalists for the women's 50 metres backstroke. We only have the 17 years and over age group, as the 16 years and under will be re-swum because of a technical issue. So the 17 years and over age group is Emily Lawrence from Preston, Alexander Livingston from Carnforth, Lara Gruter from City of Manchester, Chloe Golding, City of Manchester, Emily Keys, City of Salford, Emma Jones, City of Salford, Nicola Capstick from Ulverston. And they're the finalists for the women's 17 years and over 50 metres backstroke final.
In this heat we have Georgia Sheffield from City of Salford in lane 3, Lauren Bradley Holt from City of Salford in lane 4, and Grace Long from City of Liverpool in lane 5. Two girls are keeping pace with each other. Very tight as they come up to this turn. We just wait for confirmation of that result. And there you have it, and we move on to heat number 2. In this heat, we have in lane 2, Charlotte Howman from Winsford, lane 3, Jess Procas from Carlisle Aquatics, lane 4, Kimberly Burston from Oldham Aquatics, lane 5, Jessie Robson from Blackpool Aquatics, lane 6, Erin Hoyland from City of Manchester, and lane 7, Jessica Miller from Blackpool Aquatics. Erin seems to have taken it up at the moment. Erin turns first, followed by Kimberly. Very close for second place. It's a good turn off the wall from Kimberly. She's now moved clear into second place. Erin turns first when it's very close again now for second place between Jess and Kimberly. Approaching one of the flags, Erin seems to have got this under control. And in lane 3, Jess just pips Kimberly. Sorry, we'll have to wait for the result for that, please. And there you have the final result. So we now move on to heat number 4. It's heat number 3, sorry.
Okay, so at the end of this event there will be a re-swim for one of the girls in the 16 years and under age group of the women's 50 metres backstroke. This was because of a technical issue with one of the backstroke ledges. So there will be a re-swim at the end of this event, 2:05, for the women, one of the women's 16 years and under 50 metres backstroke. Back to the swimming. In this heat 3, in lane 1, we've got Libby Manning from the City of Liverpool, Ruby Charnock from Blackpool Aquatics in lane 2, Sydney Bairstow from Blackpool Aquatics in 3, Olivia Clare, City of Manchester in 4, Chiara Tomasello in lane number 5, Holly Maxwell from Blackpool Aquatics in 6, Olivia Sheehan, Wigan Best in lane number 7, and Holly Barden from the City of Liverpool down here in lane number 8. But at the end of 175, it is Sydney Bairstow from Olivia Clare and Chiara Tomasello. It is Chiara. As we just wait for the confirmation of the results. There we have it as we move on to heat number 4.
In lane 1, we have Simone Elson from Pioneer 79. In lane 2, Anna Dutton from Leyland Barracudas. In lane 3, Hannah Head from City of Salford. Jodie Gittings from Wigan Best is in lane 4. Lane 5, Jessica McDonough from City of Liverpool. In lane 6, Emily Conway from City of Manchester, with no swimmer in lane 7. In lane 8, we have Emily Unsworth from City of Manchester. Very tight in the middle 2 lanes. Jodie just turns first there. Still very, very tight. This is halfway point now. Jodie turns in first place. Just point 3 in front. But again, it's very, very tight. They're going at it stroke for stroke, these two girls. And it's very tight for third places. Again, Jodie turns in first place. Less than 0.1 in it. Jessica's picked up the pace now. Turn together. Down the last length. And it looks like Jodie's just coming under the flags first, yes. Yes, Jodie finishes in first place, with Jessica in second. And Emily in third. We'll just wait for the confirmation of that event. There we go, and we move now on to heat number 5.
So as we get this final heat underway, we have the finalists for the men's 16 years and under age group, the 100 metres backstroke. Ellis Cleworth, City of Liverpool; Ethan Jones from Winsford; Toby Hill from Prescott; Rowan Greening from Cockermouth; Pierce Greening from Cockermouth; Samuel Greenbank from Cockermouth; Adam Jones from City of Manchester; Luke Adams from City of Salford. His reserve finalists Christian Allen from the City of Liverpool and William Fidalgo Hull from Cockermouth. And they're your finalists for the 16 years and under age group of the men's 100 metres backstroke. The 17 years and over age group, Oliver Horton, Warrington Warriors; Billy Dewars, Preston; Daniel Clark from Prescott; Sam Horrocks, City of Manchester; Alex Watkinson from Warrington Warriors; Thomas Gilroy from Pioneer 79; James Cross from Wigan Best; Neil Wiley from City of Manchester. And reserve finalists are Declan Hall from Wigan Best and Aaron Bostock from Pioneer 79. And they are your finalists for the men's open 100 metres backstroke final. Head coaches, team managers, if you wish to withdraw any of your swimmers from any of the events, you have 15 minutes in which to do so.
That's confirmation of that result of that heat. We now move on to event 206. Oh, apologise, we've got this swim off.
The re-swim of the 16 and under 50 metres backstroke. It's Georgiana Bott from Wigan Best. Well done, Georgiana. As we move on to our next event, which is event 206, the men's open 200 metres butterfly. There are 3 heats. We start with heat number 1. At the 50 turn, it's Samuel Goldrick from Adam Newell and Alex Watkinson. A variation of mixed ages in this heat. Tyler Melbourne-Smith, 13. Entry time of 2:21.30. Up to Sam Goldrick at 20. From Oldham Acatics, 2:08.65. And then we've got a mixture. Max Adams, 14. Adam Jones, 15. Adam Newall, 16. So even though our swimmers are spread out all over the pool, it is really because of their ages that they're into turn 7, Samuel Goldrick, 1:48. Followed by Alex Watkinson. So 2:05.49, 2:09 dead. 2-second PB. As we wait for the confirmation of the results. Heat 2. Lane 1 we have Joseph Stout, City of Salford, Kes Fountain, Carlisle Aquatics in 2, Darren Blackshaw from Winsford in 3, Ewan Wilson from City of Salford in 4, James Cross, Wigan Best in 5, Sean Penter from Droylsden in 6, Ethan Wright from Winsford in 7, and Ruben Robotham Keating from the City of Manchester in lane number 8. As we come down to halfway, it's a very, very close race between Ewan and James Cross. Just swinging the opposite way now from turn 3 into turn 4. It's going to go back the opposite way. As we come down to the final 50 metres, it is back to Ewan Wilson. And then James Cross, we're down to 600ths of a second. And as we come up to turn 7, it's back to James Cross to 200ths of a second. So down this final 25, it's going to be touch and go. Who's going to get it? Ewan's coming back. It looks like James Cross is going to hang on. He does by under 2/10 of a second. So we wait for the confirmation of the results. as we move on to heat number 3. And we have a disqualification to announce in the previous heat, heat 2. So event 206, heat 2, lane 8 was disqualified. Event 206, heat 2, lane 8 was disqualified. For this heat, we have in lane 1 Connor Holm from the City of Chester, Jack Howard from Preston. In 2, Tom Robinson from Ulverston. In lane 3, Thomas Payne from City of Manchester in 4, and his teammate Afonso Siqueira. In lane number 5, Finn Armit from Winsford. In 6, Ellis Cleworth from the City of Liverpool. In 7, and Ben Jenkinson from Cockermouth. Is down here in lane number 8. It's Thomas Payne and his teammate Afonso. So go through 1, 2, 5. It is still Thomas Payne. So we have the finalists now for the women's 50 metres backstroke 16 years and under age group. Is Lauren Bradley Holt, City of Salford, Alexander Carr, Blackpool Aquatics, Jessica McDonough from the City of Liverpool, Chiara Tomasello, City of Manchester, Gabrielle Melbourne Smith from Warrington Warriors, Josephine Stevens, City of Salford, Georgiana Bott from Wigan Best, and Libby Manning from the City of Liverpool, with the reserve finalists of Elizabeth Woodcock from Preston and Georgia Ashton from Bolton Metro. And they're the finalists for the 16 years and under women's 50 metres backstroke final. There we have confirmation of the result of heat 3, which brings us to the end of event 206. We move on to event 207, which is the women's open 100 metres breaststroke. There are 4 heats. Heat 1.
In this heat, we have in lane 3, Samantha Lewis from Satellite. Lane 4, Charlotte Mead from Blackburn. In lane 5, Coral Farrell from Warrington Warriors. And in lane 6, Rachel Partington from City of Manchester.
We have the finalists for the women's 200 metres freestyle. In the 16 years and under age group, we have Olivia Clare from the City of Manchester, Chiara Tomasello, City of Manchester, Jessica McDonough, City of Liverpool, Charlotte Renz, City of Liverpool, Jodie Gittins from Wigan Best, Emma Dixon, City of Manchester, Holly White, City of Liverpool, Holly Maxwell from Blackpool Aquatics, and reserve finalists of Ruby Charnock from Blackpool Aquatics and Erin Hoyland from the city of Manchester. And they're the finalists for the 16 years and under age group. 17 years and over age group, Sydney Bairstow, Blackpool Aquatics, and Hannah Head from City of Salford. And those are your finalists for the women's 200 metres freestyle final.
There is confirmation of that. We'll just wait for confirmation of that heat. And we'll move on now to heat number 2. In lane number 1, we have Amy Grovestock from City of Salford. In lane 2, Anna Ashworth from Burnley Bobcats. In lane 3, Sophie Huggan from Cockermouth. In lane 4, Anna Doughty from Bolton Metro. In lane 5, Lucy Fairbanks from the City of Manchester. In lane 6, Rachel Hornby from Wigan Best. In lane 7, Lucy Dixon from the City of Salford. And in lane 8, Tisa Narbet Smith. This is very close, this. Very close. 0.2 in it. We'll just wait for confirmation of that result. And there it is. Move on to heat number 3.
This in heat 3, we've got Madeline Bailey from Wigan Best, Megan Jones from Kendal in 2, Emily Lawrence from Preston in 3, Jennifer Green, Wigan Best in 4, Lucy Canavan from Aquabears in 5, Abby Winstanley from Cockermouth in 6, Laura Head, Trafford Metro in 7, and India Sharp from Ulverston in lane number 8. But there's not much to choose between the first 4 swimmers, especially at halfway. It's Jennifer Green from Emily Lawrence, and then Lucy Canavan. We were all within half a second, and it's still Emily Lawrence and Jennifer Green battling it out for this first place, closely followed by Lucy Canavan. It's Jennifer Green primarily Emily Lawrence and Lucy Canavan and India Sharp. And we'll just wait for the confirmation of the results. There we go, and we move on to heat number 4.
We have the finalists for the men's open 200 metres butterfly in the 16-year-old age group. Joseph Stout from City of Salford, Ethan Wright from Winsford, Ellis Cleworth from City of Liverpool, Ewan Wilson from City of Salford, Adam Newell from City of Salford, Finn Armitt from Winsford, Jack Howard from Preston and Kess Fountain from Carlisle Aquatics. Your reserve swimmers are Adam Jones from City of Manchester and Connor Hone from City of Chester. In the 17-year-old age group, Adam Blackshaw from Winsford, Alex Watkinson from Warrington Warriors, Thomas Payne from City of Manchester, Samuel Goldrick from Oldham Aquatics, James Cross from Wigan Best, Tom Robinson from Ulverston and Alfonso Sequeira from City of Manchester. And we're coming up to the last 5 metres. Clear winner there, second and third touching now. We'll just wait for that result to be confirmed. And there is the result confirmed. We now move on to the men's open 400 metres final. Freestyle, there are 4 heats. Heat number 1. In this heat, we have in lane 3, Jacob Chambers from City of Manchester, Daniel Holmes from Preston, and Ethan Naisbitt from Pioneer 79. We now have the finalists for the women's open 100 metres breaststroke in the 16 and under age group. Jessica Murray from City of Salford, Isabel Forrest from Pioneers 79, Lucy Canavan from Aquabears, Jennifer Green from Wigan Best, Rachel Hornby from Wigan Best, India Sharp from Ulverston, Lucy Dixon from the City of Salford, and Madeline Bailey from Wigan Best. The reserve swimmers are Amelia Mardell from Ulverston and Anna Ashworth from Burnley Bobcats. In the 17-year-old age group, Coral Farrell from Warrington Warriors, Anna Doherty from Bolton Metro, Hannah Sheehan from Wigan Best, Denise Elena Gogu from City of Manchester, Emily Lawrence from Preston, Lucy Fairbanks from City of Manchester, Hannah Edwards from Carnforth, and Samantha Lewis from Satellite. Those are our finalists for the women's 100 metres breaststroke. We'll just wait for confirmation of that result. And there you have it, so we move on to heat number 2. In this heat we have in lane 1, Toby Hill from Prescott, Thomas McCarthy, City of Salford in lane 2, in lane 3, Connor Hone from City of Chester, in lane 4, Rowan Robotham Keating from City of Manchester, in lane 5, Samuel Ellis from City of Liverpool, in lane 6, Kian Horan from Blackpool Aquatics, and in lane 7, Max Adams from City of Salford. We'll just wait for the confirmation of that result, but it looks like the form was thrown out of the window with that one. Confirming that Max Adams was the winner. We now move on to heat number 3. Over to you. In this heat, in lane 1, we have Zach Smith-Shelley from Burnley Bobcats. In lane 2, Jay Cushion from Winsford. Lane 3, Kyle McKenna from Leyland Barracuda. In lane 4, Matthew Sylvester from Wigan Best. In lane 5, Jared Armstrong from the City of Manchester. In lane 6, Henry Oliver from Winsford. In lane 7, Oliver Taylor from the City of Manchester. And in lane 8, Ben Makin from Pioneer 79. Just waiting for confirmation of that event. And there we are, so we move now on to the final heat, heat 4.
And so, in this heat number 4, we have Bailey Hairston from City of Manchester in lane number 1, Tyrese Smith, City of Liverpool in 2, Declan Hall, Wigan Best in lane number 3, Elliot Pickford from City of Manchester in 4, Ewan Wilson, City of Salford in 5, James Cross, Wigan Best in 6, Pierce Greening from Cockermouth in 7, and James Parker from Preston in lane number 8. As we come down to the 100 metre turn, we've got Declan Hall and James Parker. Down here in lane number 8. And Bailey Hairston turning in second place, City of Manchester, 57.21, 57.53 for James Parker. So as we go through 150, there's still Declan Hall. There's probably about a 3 metre lead over Bailey Hairston. Just coming through at the 200 metre halfway turn is James Cross. He went through at 1:59.36. So still out in front with about a 5 metre lead now. Declan. James Cross in lane number 6 is going to turn in second place. And Bailey Hairston, James Parker down here in lane number 8. Declan still maintaining this lead, probably just stretching it out a little bit more. Still around about 5 metres over James Cross. And then there's the same, probably about the same distance now between James and Bailey Hairston. As we come down into the finish, it was Declan from James Cross, Bailey Hairston and Ewan Wilson. That brings us to the end of our events for this afternoon. The next events are the finals. And the next final is event 209, the women's 16 years and under 200 metres individual medley final. Apologies, but we seem to be going to take a 5-minute break. Heat sheets are available for the finals in the coaches' room if they haven't been given out already. So if you need a heat sheet for the finals, they are now available in the coaches' room. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're just about ready for the finals. And our first final of this afternoon's session is event 209, which is the women's 16 years and under 200 metres individual medley. In lane 1 from the City of Manchester, we've got Emily Conway. Lane 2 from the City of Liverpool, Lois Keys. 3, we've got from Wigan Best, Rachel Hornby. In lane 4 from Wigan Best, Jennifer Green. Lane 5 from the City of Manchester, Olivia Clare. Lane 6 from Carlisle Aquatics, Jess Procas. Lane 7 from City of Manchester, Meadow Dronsfield. And in lane 8 from Leyland Barracudas, Anna Dutton. And those are your finalists for the women's 16 years and under 200 metres individual medley final. Down the first 25, it was Meadow Dronsfield, City of Manchester, down in lane number 7. But coming through strongly at the end of this butterfly leg is Jennifer Green from Wigan Best, followed by Meadow's teammate of Olivia Clare. And then Meadow and Anna Dutton in lanes 7 and 8. It's the two centre lanes, the two golden lanes. They're probably just getting away from everybody else. And it's stroke for stroke, although coming through underneath the flags, it's going to be Olivia Clare. That's possibly going to take turn first. She does. 107.98, 108.09. From Jennifer Green. And it's going to be down to the breaststroke. Third place is going to be very, very close. Lois Keys, lane 2, probably Rachel Hornby in lane 3. The best of the rest. But it's still Olivia Clare. As we come down onto the freestyle leg. It's Olivia Clare stretching out that lead from the two Wigan Best swimmers, Jennifer Green, Rachel Hornby. She's going to turn a body length in front. Down this final 25, it's going to be Olivia Clare. Extending that lead all the time. Good swim. As we wait for confirmation of the results. And there we have it, as we move on to our next final, event 210, which is the women's 17 years and over 200 metres individual medley final. In lane 1, we have Coral Farrell from Warrington Warriors. Lane 2, Alexander Stringer from City of Manchester. From Pioneer 79, Megan Lever. In lane 4, from the City of Manchester, Chloe Golding. Lane 5, from City of Manchester, Lucy Fairbanks. In lane 6, from Wigan Best, Matty J. Oliver. In lane 7, from Wigan Best, Hannah Sheehan. And in lane 8, from Satellite, Samantha Lewis. They are your finalists for the women's 17 years and over 200 metres individual medley final. So as we come down to the end of the butterfly leg, it's Chloe Golding, who has about a body length lead over Matty J. Oliver from Wigan Best. Down this second 25, it is Chloe that's pulling away all the time. She turns over onto the breaststroke leg. It's always the breaststroke of the individual medleys that usually sort people out as to how well they're going. You can have a very large lead and then it all disappear on the breaststroke leg. But as for Chloe, she's managed to keep it going. She's now got a 4-metre lead, but second place is not guaranteed for any of the swimmers as we come out onto the freestyle. It's now about 9 metres for Chloe as she comes down into the finish, but second place is going to be very, very close. It looks like Matty J. Oliver may just have it over the other swimmers, but coming through is Megan Lever. She gets third place. So Chloe Golding from Matty J. Oliver, from Megan Lever. Good swim on the freestyle. As our other two swimmers coming in, Coral is next to come in. 2:51. Just outside her personal best. Samantha just coming into the 175 turn. She comes down into the last 5 metres. Give her a round of applause. That brings up. Next, we have confirmation of the results as we move on to our next final, which is event 211, the men's 16 years and under 50 metres freestyle. In lane 1, we have Matthew Crabtree from Carnforth. Lane 2, from Winsford, Jay Cushion. Lane 3, from Carnforth, Thomas Dugdale. Lane 4, from City of Liverpool, Alex Thompson. Lane 5, from Preston, Nathan Holmes. Lane 6, from City of Chester, Frankie Docking-Smith. Lane 7, from City of Liverpool, Tyrese Smith. And in lane 8, from City of Salford, Luke Hoey. And they're your finalists for the men's 16 years and under 50 metres freestyle final. Fastest qualifier was Alex Thompson, 24.69. Looks as though he might just have the edge over Jay Cushion from Winsford. It's going to be Alex Thompson from Tyrese Smith, came through 25.08. And then Jay Cushion, so we have confirmation of the results. As we move on to our next final, which is the men's 17 years and over 50 metres freestyle final. In lane 1, from the City of Manchester, Elliot Pickford. Lane 2, from the City of Manchester, Jake Clapperson. Lane 3, from the City of Manchester, Neil Wiley. Lane 4, from the City of Manchester, Sam Horrocks. Lane 5, from Satellite, Adam Frost. Lane 6, from the City of Manchester, Robert Cowley. Lane 7, from Crew Flyers, Zach Fielding. And in lane 8, from Bolton Metro, Joseph Akic. And they're your finalists for the men's 17 years and over 50 metres freestyle final. Looks like Sam Horrocks. He's probably just got the. It's Robert Cowley, actually. I thought it was Sam Horrocks. Robert Cowley, 11.07. Not much between them. He's going to be very, very close. It looks like it might be Robert Cowley. 22.90 from 22.94. Sam Horrocks. There we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our next final, which is event 213, the women's 16 years and under 50 metres backstroke final. And so, in lane 1, from City of Salford, Lauren Bradley Holtz. Lane 2, from Blackpool Aquatics, Alexander Carr. Lane 3, from the City of Liverpool, Jessica McDonough. Lane 4, from the City of Manchester, Chiara Tomasello. Lane 5, from Warrington Warriors, Gabrielle Melbourne Smith. Lane 6, from City of Salford, Josephine Stevens. Lane 7, from Wigan Best, Georgiana Bott. And in lane 8, from the City of Liverpool, Libby Manning. And they're your finalists for the women's 16 years and under 50 metres backstroke final. Through the first 25 is Chiara Tomasello, 14.32 from Gabrielle Melbourne Smith, and Chiara is pulling away. Looking through, is coming through into second place. Could be Alexander Carr. She does. Gabrielle just finishing in third place. And then we have confirmation of that result as we move on to our next final, which is the women's 17 years and over 50 metres backstroke final. In lane 1, from Preston, Emily Lawrence. Lane 2, from Carnforth, Alexander Livingston. Lane 3, from the City of Manchester, Lara Gruter. Lane 4, from City of Manchester, Chloe Golding. Lane 5, from City of Salford, Emily Keys. Lane 6, from City of Salford, Emma Jones. And in lane 7, from Ulverston, Nicola Capstick. And they're the finalists for the women's 17 years and over 50 metres backstroke final. this first 25. It's Chloe Golding from Emily Keys. Into the last 5 metres is going to be Chloe Golding. It's Lara Gruter, not Chloe Golding, Lara Gruter from Chloe Golding from Emily Keys. We're waiting for the confirmation of that result. And there we have it, as we move on to our next final, which is for the men's 16 years and under 100 metres backstroke final. In lane 1, from the city of Liverpool, Ellis Cleworth. Lane 2, from Winsford, Ethan Jones. Lane 3, from Prescott, Toby Hill. Lane 4, from Cockermouth, Rowan Greening. Lane 5, from Cockermouth, Pierce Greening. And lane 6, from Cockermouth, Samuel Greenbank. Lane 7, from City of Manchester, Adam Jones. Lane 8, from the City of Salford, Luke Adams. And they're your finalists for the men's 16 years and under 100 metres backstroke final. As we go through first 25, we've got Samuel Greenbank from Cockermouth, with Rowan Greening, and Toby Hill from Prescott. As we go down to the 75 turn, it's Rowan Greening from Pierce Greening, from Samuel Greenbank. Our Cockermouth going to make it 1, 2 and 3. And as we come down into the finish, it is Cockermouth 1, 2 and 3. Ronan Greening from Pierce Greening from Samuel Greenbank. Well done, gents. As we wait for the confirmation of that result. Have it as we move on to our next final, which is for the men's 17 years and over 100 metres backstroke final. In lane 1, from Warrington Warriors, Oliver Horton. From 2, in Preston, Billy Dewhurst. Lane 3, from Prescott, Daniel Clark. Lane 4, from City of Manchester, Sam Horrocks. Lane 5, from Warrington Warriors, Alex Watkinson. Lane 6 from Pioneer, Thomas Gilroy. Lane 7 from Wigan Best, James Cross. And in lane 8 from the City of Manchester, Neil Wiley. And they're the finalists for the men's 17 years and over 100 metres backstroke final. First 25 turn. It says Sam Horrocks, and Daniel Clark and Billy Dewhurst. $27.05 for Sam Horrocks. I'm not so sure what's happened to Alex Watkinson. I've certainly had him down for definitely medaling in this event. What's Sam Horrocks, 56.04 from Billy Dewars, 56.49. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our next final, which is for the women's 16 years and under 200 metres freestyle final. In lane 1 from the City of Manchester, Olivia Clare. Lane 2 from City of Manchester, Chiara Tomasello. Lane 3 from the City of Liverpool, Jessica McDonough. Lane 4 from the City of Liverpool, Charlotte Renz. Lane 5 from Wigan Best, Jodie Gittins. Lane 6 from the City of Manchester, Emma Dixon. Lane 7 from the City of Liverpool, Holly White. And in lane 8 from Blackpool Aquatics, Holly Maxwell. And they're your finalists for the women's 16 years and under 200 metres freestyle final. As we come down to the end of the first 50, there's our two City of Liverpool swimmers, Jessica McDonough and Holly White. We're got a slight lead. It's Holly White now. It's just 1/100th of a second between Charlotte and Holly White. Through halfway, still Charlotte Renz from Holly White. We're up to just 1/10 of a second. As we go through 1:15, it's still City of Liverpool, Charlotte Renz and Holly White. 3/10 of a second, there or thereabouts. So the turn is going to be the race to the line. Is Holly going to overturn Charlotte? As we come down under the flags, it looks as though it's going to be Charlotte Renz. There's a battle coming on for second place, but it is Holly White from Jodie Gittins and Emma Dixon. As we move on to our next final, which is for the women's 17 years and over 200 metres freestyle final. And in lane 4 we have Sydney Bairstow from Blackpool Aquatics, and in lane 5 Hannah Head from City of Salford. And they're your finalists for the women's 17 years and over 200 metres freestyle final. This could be an interesting final. Even though there's only two of them, and there's a 6-second difference between the pair. I think that Hannah could surprise Sydney, as she's managing to keep up with her. There's definitely not 6 seconds between them at the minute. And with there being only two, it can make all the difference, although off that turn, Hannah didn't have the best of turns. And it's now gone out to 2 meters. So my original prediction has gone out the window. So it's now just a time trial. Is she going to beat her entry time? 2:06.34. Yeah, entry time 2:06.59. Good swim by both girls. And then we have confirmation of the result as we move forward to our next final, which is for the men's 16 years and under 200 meters butterfly final. And in lane 1 from the city of Salford, we have Joseph Stout. Lane 2 from Winsford, Ethan Wright. Lane 3 from the city of Liverpool, Ellis Cleworth. Lane 4 from city of Salford, Ewan Wilson. Lane 5 from city of Salford, Adam Newell. Lane 6 from Winsford, Finn Armin. Lane 7 from Preston, Jack Howard. And in lane 8 from Carlisle Aquatics, Kes Fountain. And they're your finalists for the men's 16 years and under 200 metres butterfly final. As we go through 50 metres, it's our 2 Salford swimmers of Ewan Wilson and Adam Newell, who have a slight lead over Ellis Cleworth, although Ewan is starting to pull away on his own. We now have 2 other swimmers that have joined Ellis and Adam, Ethan Wright and Finn Armin. And through halfway, that lead has been stretched out to around about 2 seconds. With Ewan stretching this lead on every 25. It's now out to about 7 metres. 5 seconds, there or thereabouts, as he comes into turn 7. Comes into the finish, 2:04.51. It's over a second of his PB. As we wait for the confirmation of the results. And there we have it. We have a disqualification to announce in that heat. It was lane 7, sorry, in that final, sorry. Lane 7 was disqualified. We move on now to our next final, which is the men's 17 years and over 200 metres butterfly final. In lane 1, we have from Winsford, Adam Blackshaw. Lane 2, from Warrington Warriors, Alex Watkinson. Lane 3, from City of Manchester, Thomas Payne. Lane 4, from Oldham Aquatics, Samuel Goldrick. Lane 5, from Wigan Best, James Cross. Lane 6, from Ulverston, Tom Robinson. And in lane 7, from City of Manchester, Afonso Sequeira. They are the finalists for the men's 17 years and over 200 metres butterfly final. Through the first 50, it's our ex-City of Manchester swimmer, Samuel Goldrick, from Thomas Payne. And they come through halfway to hundredths of a second between the pair of them. And down this 25, it looks as though Thomas is just managing to etch out a slight lead, probably around about a body length lead, if not. He's going away all the time as he comes into turn 7. Will he make it under 2 minutes? It's going to be just outside, but a fantastic swim. 2:00.55 for Thomas Payne. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our next final, which is for the women's 16 years and under 100 metres breaststroke final. In lane 1 from City of Salford, Jessica Murray. Lane 2 from Pioneer 79, Isabel Forrest. Lane 3 from Aquabears, Lucy Canavan. Lane 4 from Wigan Best, Jennifer Green. Lane 5 from Wigan Best, Rachel Hornby. Lane 6 from Ulverston, India Sharp. Lane 7 from City of Salford, Lucy Dixon. And in lane 8 from Wigan Best, Madeline Bailey. And they are your finalists for the women's 16 years and under 100 metres breaststroke final. So through the 50 metres, halfway, Rachel Hornby, Wigan Best, and Isabel Forrest from Pioneer 79 and Lucy Canavan. They were the first three. There's not much between any of them, although saying that, it does look like Rachel Hornby has probably just got the edge over Jennifer Green, who looks as though she's going to come in second place. Then Lucy Canavan and Isabel Forrest. Where we have the confirmation of the result as we move on to our next final, our last final, which is the women's 17 years and over 100 metres breaststroke final. In lane 1, from Warrington Warriors, is Coral Farrell. Lane 2, from Bolton Metro, Anna Dougherty. Lane 3, from Wigan Best, Hannah Sheehan. Lane 4, from City of Manchester, Denisa Elena Gogu. Lane 5, from Preston, Emily Lawrence. Lane 6, from City of Manchester, Lucy Fairbanks. Lane 7, from Carnforth, Hannah Edwards. And in lane 8, from Satellite, Samantha Lewis. And they're your finalists for the women's 17 years and over 100 metres breaststroke final. First 25, it's Anna Dougherty from Emily Lawrence and Denisa Elena. Coming down to halfway, it looks like Denisa Elena Gogu has overtaken the pair of them. But it's still all to play for as we come down to the 75 turn. It's going to be a real race down this final 25. It's in lane 2, Anna Dougherty, Hannah Sheehan lane 3, Denisa Elena Gogu in 4. It looks like Denisa Elena is going to take it from Hannah Sheehan, and then Emily Lawrence. Very well done. As Coral is coming under the flags, 5 metres. She comes into the finish with Samantha into the last 5 metres. Give her a round of applause. Well swung. And that brings us to the end of our swimming for today, and we have confirmation for that's the result for that final final. All there is to say is thank you very, very much for all the competitors, medal winners, and all there is to say is for our officials to exit the pool.